afternoon, San Diego. I am so excited. It's been a hot minute since we actually filmed an episode of Under Contract. So today we're doing something a little different. We are flipping the script. We are heading out into the community in San Diego. A shit ton has happened over the last year and a half. And I thought we'd do something different today and talk about the beautiful city that we call home, that people pay a lot of fucking money to visit, let alone live. San Diego! So we are doing Spotlight on San Diego today, and I have two amazing guests today. To kick off our series, we are in the Gaslamp, particularly at Meze Greek Fusion on 6th Avenue, and we are graced by the presence of the owner, Patrick Davoudi. Hello.
Hello, everybody. How we doing?
We're all doing great.
Oh.
I am so excited to have you and my cohort next to him, the beautiful blonde Tammy Krug.
Hello.
At Tammy Krug. And today we're going to have fun, albeit an informative episode. We really wanted to capture the essence of the community in San Diego. More importantly, Patrick, you've been here for a while. Kind of walk me through the history of why here. Obviously, it's in the thick of things. And then more importantly, let's talk about how you literally transitioned from where we were last March when shit hit the fan with COVID. I hate to keep bringing COVID up and the pandemic, but the reality is that became our new normal. And let's talk about what you had to do to literally stay afloat. How did you keep shit going? And then now here we are. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, why you're here, and go.
Yeah, no pressure whatsoever.
No, not at all. Not now. So next year will be our 10-year anniversary, and it's crazy how time flies. We started across the street at 6th and J. Smaller space, moved here from San Jose with my brother. We got it up and running, both busted our asses, day in, day out. Made the name for ourselves, jumped over here 6 years ago. Now we're in a much bigger space. We can take on these big parties, get catered to the convention center. So yeah, we've obviously gotten to where we are, and of course, you bring up COVID and what happened last March. It was just like, wow, this is really happening, and we're all shutting down. But I still, just in the back of my mind, and just always had faith in what we've done and how much we've worked. It's like nothing is gonna take me down. I don't care if it's COVID or me getting sick. I'm still gonna make it. We're not going down, and we had to adjust. Obviously, we shut down. We put our thinking caps on, and we're like, okay, what are we gonna do now? So let's adjust. Obviously, the locals love us. We're a downtown favorite restaurant, clean, healthy, good food. So obviously, we're gonna keep that delivery system going. We had our takeouts booming more than ever. Of course, that was the only way people can get food is delivery. So we kept it going.
You kind of, was that, I remember when we shut down, and correct me if I'm wrong, the delivery aspect of it, that was the only way to sustain any.
Exactly. And
so you literally had that in your mind, okay, this is it.
Yeah, fortunately, we already had pre-existing delivery business, again, because people love our food. I felt bad for the restaurants. A lot of those don't make it because they're high-end steakhouses or food that, people didn't really want to eat, so they do takeout for them.
Right. Yeah.
But fortunate enough for us, we had such great food, and we were able to do those deliveries, and we just picked up more business. Obviously, we're still losing money, but it kept my kitchen open. It kept operations running. It kept me sane. I was here every day working. So we were able to do that, and then obviously those open and then the close and then the open and then the close, and my staff wanted to kill everybody.
That's the just kidding special. That's what I referred to them. It was like, oh, just kidding. Okay, great.
So we had to adjust it every day. There was something new, some kind of new news, mask on, mask off, whatever it was. It's like, it's a roller coaster.
You touched upon something that I am very adamant about, with Under Contract. The name of this podcast is Under Contract, and it's in the literal sense for real estate. It could be the contracts we make with ourselves. Talk to us a little bit about something that you just shared about keeping sane, right? Everybody's different, and we all have our wheelhouse that allowed us to stay sane and continue to stay sane through all the shit that's going on. So what did you do? It sounds like work was your thing.
It was.
But what did you do outside of work that was like, dude, I gotta fucking stay sane about this? Tell us a little bit about how, so working out.
Gyms weren't open, but I went out there. I did outdoors activities in Bay Park, living with my brother for a little bit. That was life-changing for me, too. And then I joined F45, which I'm going to give a big shout-out to here down in East Village,
Dude,
F45
I love
with George.
It, yes.
Good
old George
it
and Brett,
really is
yes.
life-changing out there. So I started that, but, it was exercise and work, and it's just I couldn't let a pandemic take me down.
Yeah,
I worked so hard, and I'm at the prime of my life, 35 years old, hell no.
Yeah.
I
So
got this. And
is that-
sure enough, I
Is
took
that
it
what
down.
you feel?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know, the things that we talk about is pivoting, right?
Yeah.
Which you did and you're still doing, and you're
Yeah.
probably more successful now because of this.
We are. We've learned
Right.
a lot more, and the ones that have made it through the pandemic are coming out stronger
Yeah.
than they were before.
Yeah.
Just until we can get all our employees back. But
Right.
for the most part, what we've
If
learned.
anybody wants to work, I mean,
Exactly,
because of
yeah,
the money that's free out there, right?
That too. Yeah.
So
It's not
tell,
getting
tell
to
us a
that.
little bit, and I know Tammy's known you for a while, and you've
Well,
kind of
yeah.
you've got some history here too.
Oh yeah, I have some history for sure. Was at their original restaurant when I first moved downtown in 2013, and I actually had my 40th birthday upstairs up there. Only, you know,
She's
like
not
a
dating
year
herself.
or
She's
so
younger,
ago.
actually.
So no, and I've known Patrick and Ray ever since I moved
9
down
years,
here in
yeah.
2013. We actually lived in the same building.
We
lived
did,
in Icon.
Yeah.
So
tell me,
yeah.
tell us a little bit about the changes you've seen. I mean, you've seen it go from A to Z, like in a millisecond. So tell us a little bit about what your thought process is, knowing Patrick, knowing the business, where it's come from and where it is. What are your thoughts about how effective he's been? Obviously, it's been successful. So tell us a little bit about what he's done to pivot from there to now, and the importance of that transition from from then to now.
Well, one thing they've done is they've kept everything consistent. Their food has always been consistent. They work their asses off, for sure.
Yeah.
And luckily, they were able to acclimate to everything. I mean, when you guys moved from over there to that smaller spot to this
Right.
spot, I'm sure we
was-
all were
it
like,
was a
are
big
you going to
risk,
be able
yeah.
to
Fill it.
take on this whole space?
Yeah.
And they have. They've done it. They've been successful. But everyone knows them down here.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Meze. It's a local spot, as well as, you know, when we have the convention center and everything when it's open.
Padre games.
People
Yeah.
love it here.
Yeah.
So it's been their consistency, and, you know, they have great employees, and they've worked their asses off.
Yeah, to keep it
literally,
going.
to
Yeah.
keep it going, to keep these doors open. I mean, it was a risky move, like you said,
It
from
was.
that spot to this spot. Huge. I mean, what is
Definitely.
it? 3 times, 4 times the size?
Yeah, almost 3 times.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the foot traffic that J Street does. It's funny.
Right.
It is J and 6, but J Street gets, you know, the traffic from
Yeah.
J Street. 6 does not have the same. It's gotten a lot better, but still,
Yeah.
J Street's got it better. And,
For sure.
And you know, we're killing it here.
So
It's-
tell us,
it's awesome.
Patrick, tell us a little bit about like the importance. I mean, first of all, why San Diego? Duh. Hi. You didn't want to stay in San Jose. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
really?
Well,
what
San Jose-
prompted you to come here? I mean, because everybody, as we know in real estate, right? People are like, I want to live in San Diego.
Yeah.
Why? List the reasons why not, right?
Yeah, well, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
there was the opportunity we had at that old location. My brother was looking for a restaurant in the Bay Area. Looked, nothing really panned through. And then we came across this, and he came down here for a month, did his research, you know,
Yeah.
saw everything. He's like, bro, you got to come down and help
Yeah.
me. And so I came down here, and, you know, like, I ain't going back.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
such a great, we were doing such a good
Yeah.
job. The location is amazing. Obviously, it's San Diego, and, you know,
Sure.
so it was an opportunity that we had that
Yeah.
you know, arose
So
in.
have you always been an entrepreneur type guy? Have you always thought about, I have these visions in life? Because this applies to everybody, right?
Right.
If you'll have this nagging, burning desire to do something, and if it
Right.
doesn't go away, there's a reason why that thought
Right.
or that vision isn't going away. So you obviously had this conception in your mind.
Actually, I didn't. It was my
Oh,
brother who
okay.
did. Yeah.
So what were you
I'm saying,
doing
I was
prior?
I was managing in the Bay Area.
Okay.
But I have a corporate finance degree, so I was going to school for corporate world. And now that I look back at it, I'm like, what was I thinking?
That's so not you.
It's so not me. I'm
Yeah.
so
No,
happy I'm not
absolutely
sitting
not.
behind a desk or
I
in
mean,
an
could
office.
you
I mean,
imagine?
this is me. It's
I
so
can't
me.
imagine seeing you do it.
That
Yeah.
would be a slow
And-
death in a cubicle of
Definitely.
sorts.
So
No,
thank you
God,
to my
no.
brother.
You are
know,
not the office.
Yeah.
No.
I'm here where I am, but this is so me. It's like
Yeah.
my calling.
Yeah.
Sure,
You know,
1,000%.
And I don't want to be in an office. I don't want to be back
Yeah.
of the house. I want to be in the front entertaining.
Yeah.
That's my passion. It's
Yeah.
like-
Being.
I love it.
So you clearly got out of that kind of mindset of a corporate-esque
Yeah, for
venture
sure. Yeah.
and decided this is your true calling. So you had, like, if somebody were out there right now listening or even watching us, or anybody that you might know in your circle of influence that are like, dude, I want to start a business. I mean, and they keep having, what would you suggest that they, follow the fuck out of it, right? If you're committed, do it.
Have a
Yeah.
really good game plan
Yeah.
and financial backing. You know,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
you don't want to stress yourself out and go into it, and then you'll burn yourself out after
Yeah.
doing 14-hour days, and you don't have the
Sure.
support. You know, obviously follow it all the way through, but
Yeah.
have a really good game plan. Don't
Yeah.
think that you got it. Know that you got
Because
it.
shit's always
And
changing.
It's
Yeah.
always
Oh, yeah.
changing. And I mean,
Yeah.
I see all these restaurants opening and their locations like, oh, I got a cool place downtown. It's all the way like East Street or all the way up
Right.
there, like 10 blocks away from the convention center. month into it, 2 months into it, they're crying and they're about to
done,
close their
yeah.
doors. It's like, you did not do your homework.
Yeah.
Right.
At least my brother came in, he was here for a month, he stayed down here, he saw the place, and he's like, all right, we got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then
just stick to it. Have a
stick
plan.
to it, have a plan, really
Yeah.
good plan. Do your homework.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like our buyers and stuff. Stick to it, have a plan.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that doesn't really. That's kind of not happening right now. Okay, wait, it's a
Yeah.
totally different podcast.
I'm like,
yeah.
that was a few years ago.
That was years ago when things were normal, not today.
Yeah.
So stick to a plan. Have good backing, whether it's financially or like a good support system, because shit's
Support
gonna go
system.
south.
It is.
You gotta
yeah,
recover.
you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You have your
but
family.
I
your
do,
parent,
yeah. And obviously my brother,
Yeah.
he has me, I have him, and
Yeah.
you know, we came in. We didn't know anybody coming
Yeah.
into San Diego, but you know what? It's
Oh
our
my
hard
gosh.
work and persistence, and you know, our personalities that got us to where we are.
Yeah.
1,000%.
So you got to own
Yeah.
your business.
Yeah.
You got to be there for the first 3 years,
Yep.
day in, day out.
Well, you're
that-
married to it.
I'm still married to it.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
and-
literally, you can't just. It's
Like-
not like a mortgage transaction,
No.
right? You close and you're like done. No, it's not how it works.
Yeah,
You got to
it's-
keep going.
and especially the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's so tough. You got to
Yeah.
you really got to give it all the love and attention
Yeah.
to make it really succeed.
So you have to be able to adapt to transitions, obviously, which brings me to
100%.
my next kind of question, a segue, if you will. So over the last year, right? Talk to us a little bit about the. I mean, you work out to help you keep sane.
Sure.
You're focused. You're workaholic. The work-life balance is huge, right?
Absolutely.
Especially right now. I mean, we talk about this all the time. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm overwhelmed. I mean, we all have our little trajectory that allows us to stay sane.
Yeah.
You know, let's talk a little bit about what you've done, maybe not just as an individual, but as a business owner in the community that has helped you transition, and the importance of those transitions that have led you to now, today, because you're successful. I mean, I'm looking at this place going, holy shit, right? I didn't
Yeah.
know it when it was then, right? You can kind of say, because she's been there, you've been there.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about those transitions and the importance of them now.
It's a good question. I mean, we haven't, besides the transitions that we've had to do, obviously through COVID.
Don't you love that noise in the background, guys? That's why we're here today. Didn't you know that this is a guinea pig opportunity?
Honestly, it's almost not transitioning is almost a better option. It's just
Yeah.
keeping consistent and doing the same
Yeah.
thing. I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't had to really transition too much. I mean, just basically the obvious of
Yeah.
COVID reasons, and having
Yeah.
a transition in that sense, like the staffing and the hiring and all these little
Yeah.
things we've had to do
Right.
on the weekly basis. But I mean, myself, I need the work-life balance. I need to work that out a little bit better,
Yeah.
especially these last couple years, because it's been so hard. We haven't had employees where I'm filling in. You know,
Yeah.
I need 3 managers. I'm doing the job of all 3 of
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really dedicating myself more than I was so before here. So slowly, my goal next year is to kind of transition myself out of being an owner operator and
Sure.
still own the place and still come in and table touch and be like a host at the door.
You have to
and
be.
a maitre
People
d', yeah.
come
Yeah.
here because of you.
But also
Yeah.
separate myself from the day-to-day
Sure.
roles and responsibilities. That way I can enjoy life a little bit more and have that,
Yeah.
sanity.
Balance.
I balance. There you go. Yeah.
So just kind of be the face, but not
Exactly.
really kind of pull back
so
a little bit.
I'm general manager, owner
yeah.
operator.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And I
not
also-
one too many hats
right, and I-
at all.
and
I mean, what is
yeah.
there you don't do? How
Yeah.
about that? You probably bust
Oh,
you.
no,
You
that-
do
don't-
everything.
I won't
yeah.
do. I don't like the dishes.
Yeah.
I don't like to. I don't want to get wet and dirty back there. But I'm busting tables. I'm
So
bartending.
guys, if you walk in here and you're having dinner, or if it's happy hour, he will not be doing dishes. He will have a drink with you, I'm sure,
That-
or he'll
that I
sit and
will.
connect, but
Yes,
not do
definitely.
dishes.
No.
So tell us about. Well, Tammy, what's your favorite dish here, or some of your favorite dishes?
Their chicken is my absolute favorite.
Like what kind-
And
which chicken
it's
dish?
The,
It's our chicken kebab.
The
It's
kebab.
called souvlaki
Oh,
in Greek,
yes.
but everyone's familiar
Yes.
with kebabs.
And their rice is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so true
I
Greek
don't
fusion.
think
Yeah.
I've ever really ventured off of that, but the cheese, the
The
fried
saganaki is
yes.
great. We do a shrimp saganaki.
Oh my-
which I'd
that
love,
is
love
amazing.
to bring out.
Yes.
We can do that.
So are these crowd
That's-
favorites?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
these
Oh,
like
yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
if I
they-
said, because I've never had food here, I don't think I'm going to have to. So what would you say, knowing what I like and stuff, chicken? Are you thinking the chicken
Chicken.
kebab? Okay.
It really is
1,000%.
exceptional.
Yes.
It's marinated
Yeah.
overnight. It's super tender, juicy,
Yeah.
flavorful chicken. I mean, I don't really. It's not the first thing I would say get, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a
Yeah.
staple here. It's like people
Yeah.
love our chicken, but anything lamb shank, lamb
Yep.
chops,
Yep.
those are phenomenal. And
Yep. I'm
our,
getting hungry talking about
yeah.
this,
Yeah.
but okay. That's
Um,
perfect.
Like
Yeah.
we said earlier, the fried cheese
Yeah.
and the the flambéed shrimp is excellent. We can
Yeah.
bring out a little taste of that if we want to
Yeah.
try some of that. Any of
Sure.
our dips, our hummus, baba
Oh, yeah, their
ganoush.
hummus.
Their jalapeno
The
hummus.
cilantro jalapeno hummus.
That is amazing.
Really
I
good.
love it. Like I could just sit here and eat that all day.
We got an amazing burger if you're into burgers.
Oh,
It's
I'm
lamb
all
and
about
beef
that.
burger.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a good variety for people.
Oh, we got everything. Yeah,
Okay.
we do tacos. That's the fusion
Oh my
side of
God,
it. Greek
that's so great.
tacos, a mac and cheese, a fire feta mac and cheese.
That-
That's out
oh,
of this
yeah,
world. That
that's
was
good.
award
I'll have to
winning.
look at the menu. I feel like it's eclectic.
By the way, we won San Diego Restaurant Week, or not San Diego Magazine's Best Greek.
You guys,
I love
that's a
it.
huge shout out right there.
Amazing.
We're the critics' pick, which is better than the
Even
readers'
better.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Because the
Even
readers'
better.
pick, you can skew. You can have 1,000 of your friends vote for you. But
Sure.
the critics,
Yeah.
you can't mess
Right.
with.
Hey.
So we just won that award last week. I think
Hey,
this is our
fantastic. Congratulations.
sixth year in a row winning it, or maybe
So
ninth.
you guys
I
are
don't
doing
know.
something right.
Yeah,
You're
I
doing
think
something
More than
right.
once.
More than
something
once,
is
that way.
working. Okay.
Yeah.
So. No, we're killing it.
So
It's great.
5 takeaways over the last year and a half. If
Yeah.
you were to give me your top 3 that you learned and top 3 that you're like, I don't want to go through that again. It can be business. It can be, translating over from personal to business.
Yeah.
Maybe it's forced you to focus on the work-life balance for sure.
You don't want to go through COVID again.
No.
That's
Just
definitely
kidding,
one.
special. It's the gift that keeps fucking giving. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, mask on. Oh, no, mask off. Okay,
Yeah.
wait, we're shutting down. Oh, no, we're opening up. I mean, how much more can we take, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top 3 things your takeaway from the last year and a half, business
Last
and
year and a
professionally,
half.
professionally and personally.
Stumped me there.
Wow. Okay. We like that.
COVID for
Oh,
one,
yeah,
I would say.
obviously, COVID.
And then what you guys
I think of-
learned during COVID in regards to, having to change things up a bit, I would say.
Just
That was huge.
being ready and being able to adjust to
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
circumstance.
And
on
knowing
your
that
toes.
you can do that.
Yep.
Right.
And knowing
That's
that you
huge.
can come out
Definitely.
of where you were and
Yeah.
still succeed, if not even be more successful.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Like truly pivoting in all sense of the word and transitioning along the way. You probably didn't even really, because you don't have the blueprints for this.
No,
Nobody had the
definitely not.
blueprint
Of
for what
course
was
not.
happening with our lives,
Yeah.
right?
No.
And somehow you picked yourself up by your bootstraps and you're
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm not fucking failing. We're going.
Yep.
We're doing this. Yeah.
Staying mentally focused
Yeah.
and have not letting something like this take you down.
Yeah.
Really just focus on getting
Hard
better.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Stay-
1000%.
Be supportive of friends and family
Yeah.
and love
Yeah.
everyone like there's no tomorrow because who knows what's
Is it
happening tomorrow.
okay? Amen to that one because
Right.
we all know someone that suffered
Yeah.
or have
Yeah.
suffered.
Life's too short.
It is, and you guys, again, since this is our first episode of Spotlight on San Diego, I couldn't be more honored, more excited to have done it here. It's the inaugural episode, if you will.
I love it.
Yes, and if you are in San Diego visiting or if you live here, you have to stop by Meze Greek Fusion on 6th Avenue. It is literally right next to the Broken Yoke. It's across from a Marriott and across from the Pendry. I'm sure we all know the Pendry. No, that was not a shout out. I forgot I was doing that. But you have to stop in. The kebabs, from what I'm told, are fucking amazing.
Yes, hummus,
And if you
rice.
are lucky, Patrick will come have a little touch episode where
give me
he's
a
the
little
face
shout.
here.
That's for me. I'm
but
almost
don't-
always here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't
Trying not
ask
to be
him
as much,
to
but-
wipe the table or do the dishes because that's not going to happen.
No.
But in all seriousness, support your local community, support the local businesses. Local is huge. It is the driving force behind why we are where we are, and it is why we live here, right? Support local. Check out Meze. A great day, even though it's cloudy.
Yeah.
My cohort Tammy is here to share with us her experience as well. She's seen it go from where it was to where it is, and what better source to have the owner here with us. We are grateful. Thank
Yes,
you for
thank
taking
you.
the
You're
time.
welcome. My pleasure. Anytime, buddy.
Everybody
Love you
needs to
too.
come over here, check it out, San Diego. Another great day. We are happy to be back on the grind, under contract. Peace out, San Diego.
Peace out.
Thank you.